Hello everyone, welcome to Mastermind. So this is the part 2 of the top 50 MCQ series. I hope you have liked the part 1. So in this also we'll be discussing 5 most important questions. Let us start with the first one. Which among the following is considered as queen of fibers? Queen of fibers. So here the answer is A, silk. Silk is considered as queen of fibers. Now let us look at a few points related to silk. We have seen that silk is also known as queen of fibers. The thing is, silk has been valued as a luxury across all the ages, and it is also called as queen of textiles as well. It is also called as queen of textiles, queen of the queen of fibers and queen of textiles. Now, which country produces the largest raw silk in the world? So, in the first place, it is China. China is the largest producer. China is the largest producer. And in the second place, it is India. India is second largest producer. India is second largest producer. Now, when it comes to silk, you have to also understand what is sericulture. Now, what is this sericulture? Now, there are silkworms, right? So, silkworms. So, these silkworms are raised, and then there is harvesting of the silkworms from which silk is removed or silk is harvested, and that process is called as sericulture. If you are looking at a data from International Sericulture Commission, so it is saying that India is second largest producer over here. You can observe that India is the second largest producer, and in the first place it is China is the largest one. So there are other countries also which produces, which is Uzbekistan, Brazil, Japan, etc. There is another point over here, which is the major silk consumers of the world. In the first place it is USA. In the first place it is USA. Later on it is Italy, because all these are textile regions, correct? All these are regions for textiles, and hence it is queen of fibers is silk. Let us move to the next one. Which of the following pairs are incorrect? Incorrect. So here you can see that in one place they have given the type of silk or the product of silk, and on the right side they have given it the states. Here the answer is C, Muga silk, which is Odisha. This is wrong, because the Muga silk, it is from Assam. Now, what are these pairs? These pairs are the GI tags which is given to the Indian silk. So, GI tags to the Indian silk products from different states are being mentioned. So, let us look at all of these at once. Here we can see there are 10 important GI tags for Indian silk which is being given. First one is Baluchari Sari. Baluchari, B for Baluchari, B for Bengal. You can remember it like that. Salem, as we all know, it is in Tamil Nadu. Arani silk, Tamil Nadu. Then two of these are easier for us to remember. One is Molkal Muru, and the second one is Ilkal Sari. Ilkal Sire is what you call it as locally. So these are from Karnataka, and for that you have got GI tag. Muga silk. This has been asked a lot of times in the examination. Next one is Orissa Ikat. Now, if they are asking what is Orissa Ikat directly, so these are also saris and other products, that is cloth related products. But when it comes to Orissa Ikat, if they are asking it directly, then what it is kind of a technique which is dyeing technique. Okay, so it is kind of a dyeing technique. It is also known as Bandha Kala. Bandh Kala, and it is also known as Bandha. So it is a dyeing technique which has originated in Odisha, and you can find saris also of these. Next one is Kanjipuram. Kanjipuram is Tamil Nadu. This also has been asked. Then Mysore silk, which we all know. Then there is Chanderi fabric, which is from Madhya Pradesh. Here, most of the times, this Muga silk has been asked, Kanjipuram has been asked, Mysore silk has been asked as well. But then Odisha Ikat is very important for us, because it is a dyeing technique which is also called as a Bandhakala. Let us move on to the next one. Now, previously we have seen that China is the largest producer of silk in the world and India stands at second place. Next question, in India, which is the leading silk producer in that case? Here, the answer is Karnataka itself. Karnataka is the leading silk producer. So, if you are considering sericulture activities in all of India, it is spread in more than 52,000 villages. It is spread in more than 52,000 villages, and India produces four types of natural silk. So, about these types of natural silk, we'll be looking further in the different question. That is, in this video only, we'll be looking at it. So, the four types of natural silk, which is mulberry, eri, tasar, and muga, etc., we'll be looking at. So, if you are considering Karnataka in 2022, Karnataka itself had accounted for around 43 percentage, nearly 43 percentage of the production of this raw silk in India. So Karnataka is the highest silk producer, and also you can see that recently there has been decline in the production of this silk by China, and that opportunity can be taken by Karnataka as well, and all the other places in India also. So I hope you understood about this. Let us move on to the next one. Consider the following statements about Central Silk Board. Central Silk Board. So the whole video itself is related to silk, because usually we might forget reading just about the silk and related industries. But you can see that this is one of the high yielding topics in case of examination. So silk, and there are some important dams. So there is different industries. Then there is nuclear power projects. Then there is hydroelectric projects, etc., which directly we will not be concentrating usually, but sometimes we can concentrate only on that particular topics and we can cover, and hence it will be helpful for us in cracking some most important questions from those as well. So consider the following statements about Central Silk Board. Central Silk Board. So first statement is saying that it is a statutory body, and the second statement says that it has its headquarter in Kolkata. Here the answer is A. The thing is, it is a statutory body. That is correct. It is a statutory body, and it was established in 1948 by the Act of Parliament itself. So it comes under Ministry of Textiles. It comes under Ministry of Textiles, Government of India. Its headquarters is not in Kolkata. If Karnataka is the highest producer, then its headquarters should be in Bangalore or Bengaluru. Correct? So this Central Silk Board itself is responsible for overall development and promotion of sericulture and overall silk industry in India. And what they do is they do research. There is training, quality control, marketing support, etc., will be provided this Central Silk Board. So you have to remember that it is a statutory body with its headquarters in Bangalore. Let us move on to the next one. Which of the following is not a Vanya silk? Vanya silk. Which of the following is not a Vanya silk? Mulberry, Muga, Tasar, Eri. Here the answer is A. Mulberry is not a Vanya silk. Let us understand about this. When it comes to silk, then there are two varieties. One is mulberry. And the second one are Vanya silks. Vanya silk, also known as the wild silk. So in this Vanya silk, you have this Muga, then you have Tasar, TASAR. It is also spelled as TUSSAR, Tasar. So there is this Muga, Tasar, and then Eri silk. So these are Vanya silk, or these are wild variety. That is, they are not fully tamed, and they are and the word calls them as wild silk. India produces all these types. That is mulberry also, and Tasar also, Muga also, and Eri also. Let us look at a few points related to all of these ones. First one is there is mulberry silk. So it is most commonly used silk fiber in the textile industry. And what is the silkworm name with which it is produced? It is Bombyx mori. So this Bombyx mori, it feeds on mulberry leaves itself. It feeds on mulberry leaves itself. So the silk which we get from this is very soft and it is very durable. It has a fine and uniform texture as well. When it comes to Eri silk, it is also known as ND silk. What is the silkworm with which it is produced? It is Samia ricini, ricini. This is Samia ricini silkworm, and this feeds on castor leaves. This feeds on castor leaves. When it comes to castor, you have to remember it is eri. When it comes to Bombyx mori, it is mulberry. When it comes to tussar, it is on tussar silkworms only. It is classified as wild one, that we have seen already. Then last one is Muga silk. Muga silk. So tussar I'm not writing because it is on that particular leaves only. And last one is Muga leaves. The last one is Muga silk. The Muga silk is important because it is very rare and it is very expensive. It is very rare and it is very expensive, and that is produced from which silkworm? It is from anthe antheria antheria asamensis. So this is the silkworm from which it produces, from which it is being produced, and it has that natural golden color, and it is highly durable. So the most expensive is Muga silk. The most expensive is Muga silk. So we've discussed almost all the aspects of the silk which will be important when it comes to any preliminary examinations or multiple choice questions. So in till now we have completed around 10 most important multiple choice questions in this top 50 series. In the next part we'll discuss 5 more questions. Thank you. I'll see you soon in the next one.